Himeno Sakatsume sets up clash against Eala in Philippine Women's Open. World number 140 Himeno Sakatsume will be the round of 16 matchup for Eala in the Philippine Women's Open. Himeno Sakatsume sealed a clash with hometown favorite Eala at the historic Philippine Women's Open after beating compatriot now Himeno 6-3, 7-5 at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center on Tuesday. Sakatsume zoomed to a fast start in the opening set, taking 3 games before Himeno got on the board. The world number 140. Sakatsume then held her last 2 service games to clinch the first set. In set 2, Sakatsume broke Himeno's serve in a lengthy opening game to set the tone early, 1-0. But Himeno wasn't one to go down without a fight, later winning 3 straight games to tie the set at 5-all. However, a crucial break by Sakatsume in an extended game brought her to the brink of victory, 6-5. In taking a tough first-round win, Sakatsume will next face Eala on Wednesday's round of 16. Their showdown is slated to begin in the evening session at Center Court. Luisa Morales is a sports writer with a special interest in promoting women's sports. Her coverage highlights include the UAP, PVL, Southeast Asian Games, and the FIBA World Cup. She also follows Eala, the Philippine women's national football team, and mixed martial arts. Clash of Dreams. Himeno Sakatsume vs. Eala at the Philippine Women's Open. In the heart of Manila, under the blazing tropical sun and amidst the raucous roar of passionate fans, a story of ambition, nerves, and raw tennis brilliance is unfolding at the 196-year-old historic Rizal Memorial Tennis Center. The Philippine Women's Open, a WTA 125 event, marks the first time this Southeast Asian capital has hosted a professional women's tennis tourney of this magnitude, and already it has become a crucible for unforgettable drama and sporting milestones. On one electrifying evening, the international spotlight converged on 2 distinct yet equally hungry athletes, Japan's Himeno Sakatsume and the Philippines' own Alexandra Eala, as destiny prepared them for a defining collision in the tournament's round of 16. Sakatsume's serenade with momentum. Himeno Sakatsume's journey to this moment wasn't scripted like a fairy tale. It was carved through grit, precision, and sheer resilience. As world number 140 on the WTA Tour, Sakatsume came into the Philippine Women's Open as a player both respected for her gritty baseline consistency and underrated amidst more heralded names. In her opening match, she took on compatriot now Himeno, a seasoned campaigner known for her crafty tactical play. What could have been a grinding tactical duel became, for Sakatsume, a showcase of fearless aggression and strategic clarity. She raced to an early lead in the first set, deftly controlling rallies with penetrating ground strokes and targeted deep serves. Though Himeno clawed back in the second set to tie at 5-5, Sakatsume's nerve held firm. She grabbed a decisive break and never looked back. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement. She was coming to Manila to compete, not to concede. And by securing her spot to face the hometown favorite, she brought her own narrative of excellence to the fore. Eala, homegrown hero with fire in her eyes. Across the net stands a player whose story has become intertwined with national sporting pride, Eala, Philippines' most recognized tennis talent. The 20-year-old Filipina has carried national hopes since her junior days, and her transition to the professional ranks has been marked by history-making breakthroughs, including becoming the first Filipino to win a WTA 125 title in Guadalajara. Eala's first match at the Philippine Women's Open played out like a dream for her home supporters. Playing in front of throngs of Filipino fans, her family, childhood friends, and a sea of national colors, she dominated Russia's Elena Kharieva in straight sets, 6-1, 6-2, with a performance that fused power, poise, and tactical savvy. There were a few tense moments, including a brief medical timeout for a right leg discomfort, but Eala dismissed any concerns with characteristic candor. It's nothing serious, physical pain is part of an athlete's lifestyle. More than that, playing in Manila was emotional. For Eala, this wasn't just another match, it was a homecoming. Her first encounter on professional courts in the Philippines brought back memories of her early days in tennis, playing on these very grounds as a young hopeful chasing dreams. A narrative of contrasts and complementary strengths. The clash between Sakatsume and Eala isn't merely a sporting duel, it's a meeting of distinct tennis philosophies and cultural backdrops. Sakatsume embodies the quiet storm, a patient builder, hard-hitting when needed but ready to engage in long rallies that test physical and mental stamina. Eala brings vivacity, charisma, and a fearless offensive instinct, a player molded by a career of high-pressure matches on bigger stages worldwide and buoyed by a groundswell of national support. In their previous encounter, Sakatsume held the edge, defeating Eala in an Osaka tournament back in 2023 with a straight sets victory, 6-0, 6-3. That match, though in a different year and under different stakes, serves as an important backdrop. Eala enters this Manila matchup not just as a favorite of the crowd, but as a player with a score to settle. She is aiming for redemption, not only for the loss itself, but for the broader narrative of growing up, learning from setbacks, and returning wiser and more resilient. This is what makes the matchup electric. Statistics tell one part of the story, but motivation, that unseen force, may well be the difference when both athletes step onto center court under tonight's lights. More than a match, a milestone moment. For Sakatsume, this match represents a chance to announce herself on a stage crowded with rising stars. For Eala, it's more than a checkpoint, it's an affirmation of her stature as the face of Filipino tennis. Each point carries weight beyond the immediate scoreline, resonating with fans who see reflections of their own aspirations in these athletes. Sakatsume's journey, advancing through a tight first match and preparing to face a beloved home player, exemplifies how global tennis is truly a tapestry of interconnected stories. Her rise, like many journeyman professionals, has been built on travel, persistence, and incremental improvements. Every ranking point is the result of countless backhands hit in practice courts far from the roaring crowds. Eala's journey, at times more public due to her historic achievements and national profile, reflects a different yet complementary theme: talent amplified by relentless ambition. She has triumphed, stagnated, grappled with injury, and risen again, all while carrying the fervent hopes of a nation hungry for sporting success beyond traditional bastions. The crowd, the court, and the coming duel. Tonight's clash under the Manila sky will be more than a sporting contest, it will be a meeting of energies. The pulse of the crowd behind Eala, with every cheer echoing like encouragement for a national symbol. The steely concentration of Sakatsume, whose calm exterior belies an athlete determined to seize her moment.